conservative that was. I would not be invited to events in Manhattan, the great Manhattan Island, nor would Liz. But the thing is, I'm saying it because I want a strong Republican Party and a strong Democratic Party. I want a Republican Party that actually is invested in American democracy, like the Democratic Party that's invested in American democracy. This guy loses, Willie, and why do they keep following him? And are they going to follow him tonight?
To your point, Joe, in swing state races, the major races where Donald Trump backed to candidates, we're talking about governor, we're talking about Senate, we're talking about Secretary of State. Joe Lombardo won in Nevada. He became the governor of Nevada by 14,000 votes. Ron Johnson held on to his seat by a slim margin in Wisconsin, and Herschel Walker is TBD. Otherwise, they all lost. They all lost. Donald Trump's candidates all lost. And remember, in Arizona, Doug Ducey, the Republican governor, won just 4 years ago by 14 points. It wasn't close.
In a bad year for Republicans.
In a bad year for Republicans, and now Carrie Lake has handed that seat back to Democrats. You mentioned Liz Cheney. We'll note she played a role in Carrie Lake's defeat as well. First by saying this to a room full of college students at a forum last month in Arizona.
I say this as somebody who, my first vote I ever cast, I was 18 years old and I voted for Ronald Reagan. So for almost 40 years now, I've been voting Republican. I don't know that I have ever voted for a Democrat. But if I lived in Arizona now, I absolutely would. And for governor and for Secretary of State, and I think, we cannot be in a position where we elect people who will not fundamentally uphold the sanctity of elections. And I think that's got to be, more important than anything else.
So that was early October. Those comments followed by an ad campaign funded by Cheney's Political Action Committee targeting Lake and Mark Finchem, also an election denier, who was the Republican nominee for Secretary of State in Arizona. Finchem, as we mentioned, lost his election as well. At the time, Lake sarcastically